Hi friends, it's Belinda here from Be Making Joy. Welcome to the second week of my Vlogtober videos, which is where I'm mostly sharing with you my progress on the annual Stephen West Mystery Knit-Along. This is his 16th year doing these mystery shawl knit-alongs and my third year joining in. And when we start, all we know is that it's going to be a shawl. We have no idea of the shawl's final shape until about the fourth clue. So we get a clue every Thursday, hence why I'm doing my recordings on Wednesday after I've had a week working on the clue. So this year's pattern is called the MusiKAL. And this gray palette of yarns I bought at his shop in Amsterdam, and I almost lost it when my suitcase went missing, so I'm so glad it returned in time to start clue 1. So clue 1, as I showed in the last vlog, was these scallops, which he called sound waves. And like I said, we don't know what the final shape is. We have no idea which way the pieces are supposed to lay. And then clue 2 were these long bits, which he says the sound waves quiet down and reverberate. And you'll notice it starts skinny on this end and gets thicker on this end. That's done with a fair bit of short rows, so turning midway through a row and going back. Yeah, so in clue 2, he says that the one color that you chose for clue C, which in my case is the lightest gray, would have a solo. It was to repeat itself. But I decided to give it a duet with my mohairs for a smidge of color. So the numbers worked out that I gave it a solo at the beginning, a solo at the end, and then duets my 3 colors and repeat my 3 colors through the middle. Now, when I first added the mohair, I only did it in the yarn over stripe for the first 3 repeats of the color. It starts here at the blue. Blue, enchanted blue, corduroy, and olive green of, I don't have it with me, Glow Hair, which is also a Stephen and Penelope brand. And then I thought, well, maybe that's not quite enough color. Let's dare to go a little more. So in the next repeat, I did the Glow Hair. In the first repeat, I just did it in the yarn over rows. In the next repeat, I did it in both the beginning setup row for the eyelets and the yarn over rows. So just a little bit more color. My daughter and I talked about it beforehand where I should put the mohair, because you could add it in with any of the other colors as well. But we thought with the eyelets, make it look like a little bit of a twinkling lights. So I quite like it, but I do wonder which way it's going to go and how those pops of colors are going to land in the rest of the shawl. He didn't give us any hints at all about what clue 3 is going to be like, so I can't wait. It drops tomorrow. It actually last week dropped at 3 a.m. my time, because he's in Amsterdam, like 8 hours ahead of. So I don't know if he set a specific time for when he drops or just when he's ready, but it's always up before I wake up. So knitting this second section, as you can imagine, went much faster than knitting all these little tiny short row sections in the scallops. So I was finished my knitting on this on Monday morning. So you might wonder, what else have I done this week? So our 2 older daughters came to visit. One came for the entire weekend because she had a dodgeball tournament here in the city, and the other came in for Sunday night. This weekend was Canadian Thanksgiving, so Monday is a holiday, a day off for most people. It wasn't for my daughter. She had to get back out to Banff to work mid-morning. But Kathy had the Monday off. Anyway, my point is it's a perfect opportunity for everyone to come in and get together. So it was lovely to spend the weekend with them. We picked up a turkey dinner from the Carriage House Inn, a local hotel here in Calgary that caters turkey dinners, and it was a huge meal. We spent all weekend eating it. I highly recommend it. You do have to pre-order it. There are a number of other kitchens in the city that do something similar as well, so I highly recommend it. Okay, so if you're a regular viewer, you might remember these socks. I told you in the last episode that I was waiting for my daughter to come into town to try them on because I knew the foot was too long. My intention was to do surgery on them, to cut off the toe and frog however many rows I needed to frog, and then graft the toes back together again. They're a toe up pattern. In the end, I measured her foot, worked out how many rows I needed to delete, was about 20 something, and I chickened out, and instead I frogged back to where I should start the increases for the gusset. So I used the instructions in the Frosé Shorties pattern by Nancy Wheeler because she had the math all fully spelled out based on your own road gauge. And it worked absolutely perfectly for me when I did the Frosé Shorties pattern. And a number of people have worked that pattern and it works out perfectly. So that's the formula I'm using this time around. And yeah, so I frogged her back to start again from the point of the starting of the gusset. So I'm a few rounds into the gusset increases now. And last night we went to a hockey game. So I took my drawstring Flames bag, Calgary Flames, and I was working on I took my design work with me. You would have seen my first prototype, I think, in the August episode. It's a neck pillow to stuff with a change of clothing. And it absolutely saved me on my trip in Barcelona when my suitcase stayed behind in Berlin. So I had 2 changes of clothes stuffed into my first sample. So my first sample was done in acrylic. I'm retrying it now in a cotton yarn in a Lion Brand 24/7 DK. So I will be able to share more details about this pattern with you in November. I also did work on it too on the treadmill a few times this week. And another thing I've been doing is I've been working on a series of in our travel videos from our trip to Europe in September. So on Saturday, I released the Amsterdam slideshow and commentary. And the Berlin segment is in draft. It's waiting for me to add some voiceover commentary to it and delete the photos that didn't turn out. And then after that's released, hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll start working on my Barcelona photos. I gather them all together, dump them in iMovie, and then work my way through it. So, yeah. Clue 3 of the MusiKAL drops tomorrow. I hope it's something that I can knit at Knit Group tomorrow. Then I need to do laundry and pack again because we are going to San Diego to sit by the beach for a week. So next week I'll be recording from San Diego. So until then, happy crafting. Whatever it is that you like to do, go make some joy.